Okay, hey, this is going to be an unusual, be a strange video for some people. And if you listen, you can hear the agitation in my voice. I'm agitated. I'm under the gun, and the B system is using avatars of my loved ones to upset me, and it's using me to upset them. And so basically we have our firepower, our natural earth energies being manipulated against each other. And so these are real truthers, real good people that were being manipulated by the beast system to, subconsciously harm each other. And so I've been dealing with that, and I have videos I'm making about it too. It's a very important topic, and I think it's going to add a lot of clarity to what's really going on with the in the end days with the truthers, truth people. And so please just listen with an open mind. Forgive my agitation. I'm just under the gun. I'm irritated. It's a difficult time, So, but please keep an open mind. I feel like there's some stuff in this video that you're not gonna find on any other platform. I'm not trying to sell myself or toot my own horn. I'm just saying, if you listen close, you're gonna hear some serious things here that I think are very important. So let's get into the video, okay? All right, hey, San Francisco Truth, hey, check it out. All right, all this stuff that I've been telling you guys for the last 3 years is coming true. And all this stuff I've been shown is straight out of the Bible, word for word. And I keep being shown stuff. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all down pat. I'm not a biblical scholar. But I'm telling you, I've seen stuff is being shown to me. And I already know every single thing. I knew when I started my channel. Every single thing that I've been seeing in visions is going to be, it's all going to come to pass, So, and basically, virtually no one believes that. So, here's the other thing I already showed you, but this is Adam, as in Adam and Eve, okay? So I showed you that a couple, I don't know, 6 months ago, whatever. This is his face. This is his skull. It's the skin slipped off, and the Mississippi River is his throat. And I've showed you, you people, all the truthers are like, oh, what is the Mercator's map in the North Pole? I showed you the North Pole is his penis. It's moved over here now. But this is where Eve's vagina used to be, and his penis was right here going in. Let's see if we can flip it around. But you can see it was going right there. That's Eden. They were in the act of copulation. If you start reading the Bible, you can see Adam and Eve, they kind of are God. It's confusing, And Richard Bruce made a video. It was funny. I don't know if he listened to what I was saying, and he was trying to show me the script that indeed what I'm seeing here is in scripture. And this happens to me a lot. I see things and I point it out, and then I tell it to people who know the Bible. Because like I said, I never studied the Bible. I just saw the Bible. And so it's a weird situation to be in. The biblical scholars, they're kind of lost. They know the words, but they don't know what it means. And I heard a really good guy the other day talking about the Bible. Jesus said, you're not supposed to know what the Bible means. It's an end time reveal. You're not supposed to understand prophecy until the only reason all this stuff is told you in the Bible is so that when it actually does occur, you recognize it. So when Trump comes out and issues the mark in warp speed, you recognize it if you have God's eyes. If not, you're going to go, oh, it's not the mark. And you've been, those people have been fooled by the devil, you know. And, you'll start to see, well, hey, the Euphrates is her, Eve's, you know, colon, and it's drying up. It's in the Bible. You'll start to see, Gaza is Giza, and those pyramids are on her urethra, and this Red Sea is her vagina. You'll have God's eyes. There's her kidney right there. I already revealed all this, like I said, 6 months ago. I showed you, here's the Leviathan right here. And after I revealed it about, it went viral on TikTok. A bunch of little TikTokers are making money off of what I'm saying. And so, I'm not monetized. And that's good because I can say what I want, And I think that's one of the reasons I keep getting visions. So, if you're monetized, you have to go. I don't go to Google and research things. I don't ask the beast on its Google or Wikipedia platform what truth is. And if you're listening to any truthers that are Google, like their authority is Google, these are blindfolded people without God's eyes, without God's ears. These people doing decodes, know your enemy, and what's his name, enter the stars. I'm going to decode this for you. Well, that's just the blind leading the blind. If you have to decode this, that means you don't know, right? So you're already admitting, like, I'm blind, I'm blinded. So I already told you all this. This is the beast system. It's on Adam's back. This is the old dragon swept the angels to the, to Hollywood, to L.A., Los Angeles, the angels. And this is the ring of fire, the Pacific rim of volcanoes, the Pacific ring of fire. This is the lake of fire. And I told you, I saw it, visions. Adam is fire. He's the future. Eve is ice. She's the past. So you have the ice wall from Eve, and you have the ice ring from Adam. And their children, who are like, that's me, okay, the son of man, and the Adamic race, the Adam's son, okay, their children are the 144. They have the 72 strands from Adam, 72 strands from Eve, and they are the now. So I showed you I have a big eye in the center of my forehead, a third eye, because I'm the center, okay? Adam is my father on the right, and Eve is my mother on the left, and I'm the center. So Adam's eye is the sun, his right eye, and Eve's left eye is the moon. They're literally, this is, I showed you, they've literally, that God or whatever has taken its eye, and right here, this is where its eye was, right? Right here is this eye socket, and you can tell it's been removed, and it's up in the sky. That's your sun, his eye, I'm telling you. And Eve's eye, Eve is not, her face isn't showing on the flat earth. It's like this is flat. The ball earth is not right. I'm just using this for map purposes, not ball earth purposes. So don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? And, but Eve's eye is somewhere underneath all this. And so it was taken out, and that's the moon. And that's why the moon is colder light and the sun is hot light, because they're fire and ice. An ice eye and a fire eye. And I'm the center. I'm in the middle. So, and I don't want to say I, me, and all. There's a lot of me. I'm not some big special guru. There's a lot of people like me. We're the target of the devil. We're the 144. We're the the children of Adam and Eve. And there are literally, like I showed you, thousands upon millions of avatars of Adam and Eve and their children. So I'm just one of millions of them. I'm not some big special, oh, well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you and me, a lot of my subscribers are the children of Adam and Eve. That's why they ended up on my channel. And a lot of them are also Adam and Eve avatars. I get them all the time. Eve and Adam always, they all tell me, oh, I just love listening to your videos because I love hearing your voice. It's soothing. It calms me down. Why? Because here I am right here. The son is Iceland. The daughter is Australia. Okay, that's their children. There's Iceland, the son, and then who's ice, and then the daughter, Australia, who's more fire. So it's like this is why people are drawn to my channel. It's the content, it's the truth or whatever, but they see it's eons, ages. I don't believe in time and years, but ages since we've been shrunken down, right? And we're little cells of this dirt, of this DNA, dirt, this clay. And it's ages they've been listening to my voice. Their son, they love me. And their job innately is to protect me from the devil, from the beast. And my job is to show them the center eye, the now, what's going on now. Because Eve can only see the past, and Adam can only see the future. So, they have a lot of powers, and they're very, wise and visionary, but they don't see what their kids see. And there's one, more positive son, and then the daughter is more, she's not so cool. But, this is just all I know. I'm not, like I said, I don't have all the answers. I just see all this. The Mississippi River is his throat, and all those rivers in the Mercator's map, that's their colon, which is like the Euphrates, right? And then the Nile is the urinary tract. And then, the Tigris is like, Adam's like maybe, colon or urinary tract. So those are the 4 rivers coming together when they were in copulation. His penis, his urinary tract, and his anus, and her vagina and anus. So that's how they met in those 4. That's why those 4 rivers are meeting. That's Eden. That was Eden. So, don't play around. You want to discount me because you let the beast trick you and think, oh, he doesn't have a big polished channel. He doesn't have a bunch of subs. He must be just some nobody. Don't get fooled. I'm not, I know what my channel is. I know what I've seen. I know how important it is. So, call it arrogance or whatever, that's on you. But if you want to discount this, you're going to be, sadly, a lot of people, most people are going to write this off. And they're missing out. They're missing out. And the reason they're going to write it off is because they were lured into sins by the devil. Ego and pride. Oh no, I know about the Vatican. It's not the Bay Area in Revelation 13. I know about the Jesuits. I know. Well, you know what? It's deeper than you think. And so write me off. Go ahead. That's on you. But if I were you, I'd take it to God. And hopefully if you got God's eyes and ears, you'll listen up. Because so this is like a chain of people or something too. I saw it once, but from right in the Ring of Fire, and I don't know. That sure looks like a dragon. I don't know what the hell that is, but I'll find out. I'll find out because the visions show me. But let's look at what's going on in the world. Here's what I want to tell you. Okay, look. Let's go. Where's my history? Oh my God, I never can deal with here. Where's where's my brother James Key video? Here it is. Okay, Actually, we can go back. Look, all this stuff I'm looking at. Okay, here's the old dragon. That's Obama. Like I told you, he's Anubis, the dog, the old dragon. Mount Diablo is his eye. Okay? Trump wipes out LA homeless camp as illegals riot. Trump's order homeless. So, didn't I tell you that the FEMA camps were built and that the truthers they scrubbed all the info about the FEMA camps off? I mean, a year ago I made a video, a year and a half ago. I've been talking about it all along, and then the truthers come to me. Oh, the FEMA camps aren't real. It's a truther psyop. No, you got psyop. The FEMA camps are real, and the beast double reversal pump faked you. You know, left you laying on the ground with a broken ankle. You got juked. Okay, so just think it through. Trump's already bulldozed, camps, homeless camps in LA. They're already, taking these people away. So, they haven't built any facilities and they've already started. So what does that tell you? The facilities have been built already a long time ago. You think the beast didn't plan this out? You don't think they had the places waiting? Just think it through. It's common sense. Read the Talmud. It tells you they're going to do this. And every other script, the Bible script tells you they're going to do this. Every other movie, everything. It's a no-brainer. Don't believe. This is just a good example of how the truthers are going to have to face the fact that they got juked. They got pump faked on all of it. All of it's a big hoax. The truther narrative is a hoax. And here we go. Let's look. Okay, and real ID. All these. Look at all these natural disasters. So it's like, all the stuff I've said is coming to pass on my channel. Everything I've said is biblically, word for word, right out of the Bible. And the end time people with God's ears and eyes will see, it will be revealed to them that, yes, indeed, what I've said is the Bible. The four horses are the White House press secretaries. We're in the fourth horse. You're in tribulations. And that's the other thing I wanted to tell you. You should be grateful if you're a natural born human with the right digit ratio and you haven't taken the mark, the Jews, the warp speed Jews, and you're still, housed because God's looking out for you. And, give credit to God. It's not it's not your truth or knowledge that's saving you. It's God. And so all glory to God, okay? And so what I'm telling you here is, this is gonna be a gnarly time. This tribulations, we're gonna be tested, and I look at it. I thank God every day, or this morning, today, I was like, thank you, God, for putting me in tribulations and giving me the privilege to take this test. To give me the honor of the worthiness to even be, considered in this tribulation, to have made it this far. I'm in the top 3% or 1%. I'm spiritually wealthy. So, you too, if you're 144 genes, you haven't been altered with the juice, and you may be brainwashed by the truther narrative, but you can get out of that, and you'll come to see that this is actually a privilege. It's going to be hard, though. It's going to be hella hard. I mean, this will be a time like no time ever seen, and you're going to see just terrible death and destruction and terrible, terrible stuff. But what was I seeing? These children being starved. Let's see. Where's that? See, look. Here's Leviathan on Google Earth. See? So people pick up what I say. And you see these sports. I'm not looking at sports because I'm into it. I'm looking at it because it tells me about what's going on with these avatars of the beast system. But there was a video or some still or something I saw where they were showing all these starving children in Gaza. Oh my God, man. So the point I wanted to show that was just, hey, these Canaanites, these are the synagogue of Satan. They are not playing around. They are going to, like I said, they have already started here in San Francisco back about, they started in, like, soon as Trump came in office, they started rounding up the homeless here. They have little red vans called the Homeless Task Force Response Team, which is a part of the San Francisco Fire Department, believe it or not. So they're using the fire department to round up these homeless people and then take them to the Oakland underground FEMA camp. And I told you, the Oakland FEMA camp is underground in the mouth of the old dragon. Let's look at the dragon, look. And that's why, so here's the old dragon. Let's see, right here. Zoom in. Why won't it zoom in? Okay, here we go. All right. So, you know, people who watch, you have to go back and watch my videos if you haven't seen it. But here he is. Okay, this is Satan. I'm not wrong, man. I'll stake my life on it. I promise you. This is Satan. Here's his eye, Mount Diablo. It got its name from the natives when they called it the devil because they knew it was the devil. The Indians know, the natives know what the hell's going on. And look, here's the lamb-like horns in the Bible. Here's his nose, his nostrils. Here's his mouth. You know, here's his little skin. Look, it's dragon skin. And this goes down to L.A. His tail swept the third angels to Los Angeles and Hollywood, just like the Bible says, word for word. This was called Dragon's Bay, Drake's Bay. He's the dragon. That's his bay. You ever heard the song Puff the Magic Dragon, the children's song? It's about this dragon. Look. Here's your FEMA camp. It's in the mouth right here. And let me tell you, Bruce Lee is an avatar of the old dragon. And that's why he had a movie called Enter the Dragon. You enter the dragon and you come out in L.A. And you're a third of the fallen angels. You go down the gullet and you come out down here. It's a massive underground FEMA camp, largest in the country. Holds 50 million people or some crap. I don't know. Actually, the largest FEMA camp is in Alaska. And like I said, they deleted, they scrubbed Google, they scrubbed Wikipedia, they scrubbed YouTube, they scrubbed even BitChute of all the FEMA information, because otherwise people would run they'd scurry for the hills. So they had to scrub it. Because look, right now, Trump he's taking people there and cutting their heads off. Just like the rabbi said, the mountains of the United States will gush with the blood of the Adamic race. They're not playing around. They're gonna cut all our heads off. They're gonna kill us. This is Satan. Bible is not a joke, and you discount it. You're in a world of hurt. You're a sh you know what Greek. So. This is what's real. This is real. I've been telling you. You know, this is the real Bible. It's not the Vatican. Yes, the Vatican is an avatar. It's an incarnation. You know, they say nations. It's an incarnation of the old dragon. It's Satan, the Vatican. So it's giving the seat to Trump to speak. Obama is Satan. The dog. But the real original, old dragon, Satan, is here. And the real beast, the original beast, it's not Trump. That's just an avatar. This is him right here. This is it. It's the San Francisco Peninsula. And if you think about the peninsula, look what it's doing. The tech industry, the biotech industry, the AI industry. It's not a joke, man. It's all coming out of this one beast. So laugh all you want. This is the real Bible. You got, if you think it's not, you got played by the devil. You got hoaxed. He's been playing you like a little yo-yo up and down, chasing after truth videos. So sorry, you know. Okay, so just think it through, okay? If you're talking about the mark of the beast and the Antichrist, who issued the mark of the beast and the Antichrist? Yes, the avatar, Trump, issued the juice and warp speed, but where did the juice come from? It came from the San Francisco Peninsula, now didn't it? The biotech industry, I showed you, Genentech was the main source. They just gave the vials to Moderna and Pfizer and all that. And where is all that tech connected? It's connected to the peninsula. All the DARPA and everything all comes from here, from San Francisco. You know, Meta, Facebook, Google, Apple, YouTube, all of it's here. And all your AI, ChatGPT, OpenAI, it's all here coming out of the body of this beast. It's not a coincidence that it all comes out of this one piece of land that's shaped like a giant. You need to wake up. There's an eyeball here, there's a head, there's a mouth, there is a nose, there's a face, there's hands, genitals, everything. I've shown it. I've been out there, I've looked at it all. This is not some fantasy or some faker truth, crap. So this is the real beast, the real head wound, the real beast. This is really where the mark is. What is the mark? Even the dumbest down truthers can admit, digital currency's coming. All this stuff is going to be on the internet, and it's all going to be, Mark Zuckerberg is saying your iPhone is obsolete, and you're getting wearables and then implantables. I mean, where is it all coming from? It's coming from the beast with the head wound, whose head wound is Alcatraz. I showed it. I mean, you have to realize that that the only thing preventing you from seeing this is mind control. The mind control is coming out of your screens, your glass screens. You've been mind controlled. And it's not just the content out of your glass screen, it's the light and the sound weapons coming straight from the beast. The beast has mind controlled you, because you wandered after it on the truth videos. So this is what's really happening to the truthers. So you fail to recognize this. You're not much of a Christian or somebody who's going to make it through tribulations. So sorry to break the news, but just think it's common sense. Just think about it a little bit. Let's keep going with the video. But let's go ahead and look. What I was going to show you. Look, this is for my friend. You just laugh at me, talk about there's no.
Although Trump's order emphasizes getting people into treatment centers,
you laugh and you say, there's no FEMA camps, and I got juked. No, you got juked. So you need to make a video about this, because I'm telling you, they're gonna round these people up to the homeless. They're gonna to the FEMA camps. Let's listen to Brother James Key.
It does not expand the capacity of those treatment centers. It does not deal with the increase in treatment centers that these hundreds of thousands of individuals are going to need, who are now being forced off the streets.
Yeah, because they're going to the FEMA camps. They're not going to treatment.
Although Trump's executive order will now make it much easier for them to commit people who are accused of having a mental illness, the order does not...
Yeah, and they can commit us too, the truthers. You're mentally ill. You anti-Semitic idiot. You need to go get rehabilitated into camp. You know, I've been telling you for a long time now. That's why I don't name the J, you idiots.
Funding.
Sorry, I apologize. You're not idiots. This is the devil. He's the master deception. He fools me all the time too. You're not idiots. We're just in deep tribulation, very difficult time. So, you know, you're not idiot at all. Sorry.
For new mental health facilities or for addiction treatment beds. So, even if a homeless person says, okay, I will go into treatment, where are these facilities that they're supposed to go into? So while Donald Trump's recent executive order on homelessness directs federal funding toward treatment centers and assisted outpatient treatment, or, again, quote, other facilities.
Listen close.
For homeless individuals suffering from mental illness or addiction, facilities for homeless individuals suffering from mental illness or addiction, his order does not specify where all these hundreds of thousands of beds are going to come from.
Listen, yeah, see?
Current resources for patient treatment or, again, quote, other facilities for home.
Other facilities. And the order does not specify what these other facilities are or where the funding's going to come. And I'm telling you, it's already been in Congress. Obama and Clinton made these camps in the 90s. They've have the guillotines made, they have the rail cars, they have the guard towers, 50-foot cyclone fences with barbed wire facing in, bulletproof guard towers, like, you know, all of that. Rail tracks, the coffin liners, all that. I've outlined it in my FEMA videos. So they have the other facilities already. They're already taking people there in San Francisco. Because like I said, everything starts here. So you don't believe that, right? Okay, just think it through. Why have they been, why has the beast, through his, fake avatar elites and fake avatar masons, been poisoning the crap out of us and dumbing us down? For what? It's like they obviously want to kill us. This is soul harvesting, dumbed down and poisoned down until the people are just blathering, groveling idiots out on the street, and then steal their soul. It's like it's just so obvious. But I don't mean to talk down, but all right, let's go back to the video. The agenda starts in the beast's body and moves out to the rest of the world. So this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'll stake my life on it. And you just think back. I will give, like I said, my offer stands. I will give anyone a $500 cash who can show me something I said that in my visions that was wrong. Because you can't. You can't. Okay? It goes to anybody. Go ahead. You want 500 cash? I will send it to you. Show me. Because you can't. I'm not talking about just, off the cuff, whatever, like commentary on this and that. But when I'm telling you I saw something in a vision, it's right. That's what I'm telling you. When I told you that's Adam's face, and that's it, where Eden was, and the rivers, and the Nile, and the Red Sea, it's right. And so, like I said, if you can show me how that's not biblical and how it's not right, I will send you 500 cash. All right? So let's keep going. So this is right. This is the FEMA camps. It's not a joke. I seen the videos back in the early 2000s, 6, 7, 8, 9, the early days of YouTube. There were hundreds of videos showing that people had made little homemade videos when they ran into them. The camps are hidden. They're in the wilderness. They're out in the wilderness on federal land. They're federal camps. They're run by the Homeland Security. And these people are going to be deemed crazy and addicts, and they're going to be put in these camps. And then later will be put, the people who are, the truthers will be put in the camps. And it's just going to, all that'll be left is the vaxxed, people that have bowed down and taken the mark and wandered after the beast and kowtowed and worshipped the Antichrist. So if you're not worshiping the Antichrist and you're not taking any of his juice, you're going to the camp unless God decides to get you out of it all. So it ain't going to be your guns and gold and Richie from Boston that gets you out of it and your compound in Montana. It's going to be God. And I'm telling you, this is no joke, man. I've seen God. I've seen this stuff. I've seen God work. I had Enoch come and talk to me for 3 months in visions. So I'm not effing around here. So let's get back to the video. Let's go.
Individuals suffering from mental illness or addiction, his order does not specify where all these hundreds of thousands of beds are going to come from.
Because they already made them.
Current resources for mental health and addiction treatment are already severely limited. The current
They've closed all the homeless beds over the last 15 years. They made the camps and they started deleting all the homeless facilities because it's all been planned by a supercomputer. This isn't people. This isn't the Freemasons doing this. This isn't the Jays doing this. Those are just the managers in the front. It's not Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. This is the beast. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's a beast system. Those people were made to trick you and divert you and also control your emotions. So I'm going to get into that in a second. Let's keep on with this camp thing. Look.
Of rehabilitation and treatment centers has long been a concern. Many states and cities face shortages of beds in mental health facilities.
They don't need them because they're going to kill everybody.
Programs,
they got the camps.
Long waiting lists already for individuals who are seeking help. The closure of many hospitals in recent decades has further limited the capacity. To significantly increase bed availability, new treatment centers would need to be built and existing facilities would need to be expanded.
That's what I'm telling you. They don't need to build anything. They already built them and they're hiding them. Like I said, they scrubbed all the info off of Google. And if you listen to any truther that decodes things and tells you about numerology and 33 and the Masons, that's a person who's blind, who doesn't know what the hell's going on. Decode means you don't know. They have to decode it. They don't have God's eyes. So don't listen to decoders and don't listen to anybody that sits on YouTube and gets their info off of Google and decodes it for you. They're just a blindfolded idiot who wishes they were God's messenger trying to lead you, So those people don't know what the hell's going on. That's not really fair. I mean, these people are just trying to figure out what's going on, but they don't have full vision, varying degrees, and they're piecing it together, and they've been deceived by the beast thinking that, Google could show them truth. You're going to the source of the lie for your answer, Google, the beast. So, and it's just, you should know better. If you had visions, you wouldn't be doing that, is what I'm trying to tell you. You wouldn't be looking to the truth or narrative for truth. You wouldn't be looking to the mainstream or Google, sources for truth. And you wouldn't be looking for ancient books like archaics either, because you'd realize all of it was made by the beast. But let's keep going.
And this would require substantial investment and time, which Trump's executive order does not allow.
If you're somebody that content creator and you just comb the news and comb the truth or narrative into Google and try and like research and data and try and like get content from little channels and then figure it all out and post it. You're blind. You're blinded. You may see more than the sheeple, but you're still not. You don't have God's eyes. And that's what the truth or narrative is about. It's about, trying to piece this all together based off of the truth narrative. But the truth narrative is from the devil. So you'll never figure it out if those are your sources. Your real source comes from visions from God. And if you're not dealing with somebody that has God's eyes, then you're not getting real truth. You're getting the devil's fake truth, okay? So let's keep going.
For they are making no new investments and sparing us no time. They're just saying, clear the streets. Now, my friends, I ask you to consider the outcome here. You have Trump's executive order that is all about making America look good again, making Trump's America look prosperous and free of bums living on the streets. We know what this is all about for Donald Trump. It's not about helping the homeless. It's about not having to look at homeless people.
This guy only knows so much. Look, this is about killing the Christians. This is what it's really about. It's about killing the Adamic race. It's about killing the people with the 144 genes, DNA, that strands from Adam and Eve. That's what this is about. And that's what the ICE raids are about too. I told you. The beast knows which one of these migrants took the juice and which didn't, and they're finding them and they're putting them in those camps, and it says on the ICE website it's strongly encouraged that they take the juice. So they can't say mandatory, but they basically torture them until they take it. And that's what they're going to do in these camps too. They're going to torture you until you take it. And they'll probably be work camps. Who knows? You could be there for 3 years before they finally cut your head off. And they could grind on you for 3 years until you take the juice. Promising you, we'll let you out and give you an apartment. Just take the juice. You won't have to live in this slave camp anymore. And a lot of people are going to do it. Because it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. This is tribulations. It's going to be hard as F. Sorry, excuse my French, but it's going to be hard. So if you aren't ready for this, you better get ready. And, but like I said, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to be put through this test. If you've gotten this far, you can thank God. And there's light at the end of the tunnel. You get out of this, you get through this, and then it's everlasting heaven or whatever. Hopefully, I think it's right. The more I see, I didn't believe all this, but the more I see, it's just the way it's unfolding. This is no joke. The Bible's serious, man. So okay, so let's go back. Okay, so there's your beast system. There's your Adam and Eve. And your ring of fire, and this is not what the truth narrative says. It's not what the church narrative says, and those are closer to the truth. But if you think that you're going to get through this by relying on the truthers, somebody decoder off of Google, you ain't making it. You're not going to make it. This is going to be hard. So, and this is a time your key and your path out of this is a spiritual one, not a material one. There's no physical solution to this. Your path is spiritual. It's spiritual action. It's you doing the right thing that's going to get you through this. God can take you. You could be completely homeless out in the streets of LA, just down and out and everything, but you're, doing the right thing, and God will somehow, just a car will come and offer you a ride and take you out to the suburbs just in time to avoid the sweep or whatever. God will get you out of this. I've seen it time and time again if you're doing the right thing. But if you're sitting there watching Sabrina Wallace and thinking, oh, I know I'm going to manage this and I know about the internet body of things, and you're not getting out of it. You're not. You know, it's when you do the right thing, then you're going to be protected. You know, you have to follow the commandments. You have to follow the instructions. Follow the instructions of the Bible. Say the prayers, and you'll get the promises. Prayers, promises, and instructions. And don't try and figure out the Bible. Like I told you, Jesus said, you're not meant to understand the Bible prophecy-wise. It's only all this is told to you so that you will recognize it when it happens. If you have God's eyes, this is like a top secret ending, and only the people that are chosen will get the secret ending. See what I mean? You're only going to get the classified information if God wants you to get it. So all you people who thought you could study the Bible and understand the prophecy, you can't. Jesus even said it. You can't. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to follow the instructions, say the prayers, and trust God, and it'll be revealed to you. You read the prophecy so that when it happens, you recognize it. So if you have God's eyes, you see, Trump is an avatar of the San Francisco Peninsula. He did issue the mark. You'll see it. You'll see the ICE raids. It is the beginning of the roundup of the Christians. You're going to see all that. You have God's eyes. You won't believe in Bitcoin and Richie and all that other, from Richie from Boston or whatever, and Sabrina Wallace. You'll believe in this. This is the Red Sea right here. This is Eve's vagina. You have God's eyes. So, this is a spiritual thing. It's not a material thing. And the devil wants you looking for a material solution, and it's your spiritual solution. And the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is Adam and Eve are powerful. You're an avatar of Adam and Eve. You have powers, okay? And if you're their children, you also have powers. They come from inside Earth. So, let's say Adam right here, okay? I wish you could never flip it around. But, even a little avatar of Adam can influence events so much. He has so much firepower, weaponry, supernatural, inner earth weaponry, just like Eve. Eve, here's her vagina, here's her, kidney. Okay, she's the queen of diamonds. That's why there are diamonds and gold in South Africa. Gold comes out of the giant's blood. Okay? So Eve, if she gets pissed off, she could take you out, man. She could make you get in a car. It's weird. They're connected to God, and their children are too. And Satan knows all this. And that's what all these fake people, like Jeff Bezos and Trump and all these avatars are. They're designed, and all this events, all this politics and all this stuff, it's designed to mess with our emotions so that we control the events on earth. Because the devil is pitting Eve and Adam against each other. And it's pitting them against their children, and it's pitting their children against them. And so, because we're the ones that could destroy the devil and the beast system with our minds. If we knew what it was, if we knew it was San Francisco and the old dragon and Mount Diablo, we could destroy it in a heartbeat, all of us. And so the devil knows that, and that's why he's deluded you and made you think it's other things, and that you don't have power, and that you should be mad at Bill Gates and the farmland. And this is what it is. And I'm telling you, the fires come from Satan. The Bible says that he maketh the fire come down, okay, from and make it appear that it comes from heaven. So they're up in their fake sky dome. They're shooting the fire down. But the rest of the, weather, all these floods and earthquakes and all this, this is Adam and Eve getting pissed off. That's why Eve's colon is drying up. She's in trouble. She's angry. And so is Adam. He's pissed off. He don't like Satan at all. That's why you see J-dreamers and archaics fighting. It's Adam, J-dreamers, fighting archaics, who's Satan. That's why you see me fighting archaics, because I'm Adam's son. I hate friggin' archaics. He's the devil. He's Satan. And this energy is what controls the weather. It's not HARP and cloud seeding and weather modification. The devil just does that as a smokescreen to hide what I'm saying. Because if you knew your power, you could turn your weaponry against the devil and you'd annihilate it. If we all knew who the devil really was, and we knew our capabilities and our powers, and we could see our enemies. Like me, I can see J-dreamers is not my enemy, and I can see archaics is my enemy. So my weapons are trained on the right people. But the devil tries to trick me and, all of us to shoot at each other so we don't shoot at him. See? So this is what's really happening. And this is the same thing that's happening with sports. Sports is the trial of God to the universe. The devil, it's Satan's courtroom. He's made a fake court, and a kangaroo court, the sports. That's why basketball is played on a court, tennis court. And these are Satan's avatars fighting God's avatars. Like I told you, Steph Curry is Adam. Draymond Green is me, is Adam's son. LeBron James is Satan. Shohei Ohtani is Satan. So they're fighting each other in Satan's courtroom. And that's why the refs cheat, because they're Satan's refs. And so it's rigged, but it's not. If we knew that we were in these games, we could annihilate. We have way more power than Satan. But we're blinded. We're all blinded. And the truth, that's what the truther narrative is for, is to keep the people who didn't buy the mainstream blinded and believing in all it's Bretton Woods and 15-minute cities and the internet body of things. It's not any of that. It's what I say. It's what I'm saying. It's not any of that Whitney Webb or any of these truthers. And some people go, well, I never listened to archaics or Whitney Webb. That's not the point. The point is that there's thousands of fake truthers. I don't know them all. I just know a few of them. You could never know them all. But if you're listening to any of them, you're getting deluded. So it's like, this is the, and so when somebody tells me that, oh, well, I don't know archaics, like I'm exempt, I'm not deluded. That person's in trouble, because they're not willing to see that they could have gotten tricked by the devil. It's not the issue of if you know who archaics or Richie is. It's the issue of, are you getting deluded by one of these fake preachers or fake, biblical scholars or fake truthers? That's the issue. It's not the particular one. Because there's thousands, like I said, the Bible says there'll be thousands of them out there. So I can't catalog them all. I only know a few. So you probably know different ones. Okay, I deal with a lot of truthers, and I try and explain to them that the truth narrative is a sophisticated, difficult to detect lie. It's a tiered system of mind prisons, truth gates. And if you break out of one mind prison, they have another one waiting for you. And when I try and explain this to truthers, they're so tied to their truth or knowledge and their ego around it, and just all the time they've put into, getting this truth or knowledge, that they can't accept that it could be wrong. It's like they hit a wall. It's like the sheeple, when a truther tries to talk to the sheeple and explain to them that, no, the the NBC News and BBC News is not the truth, and they can't handle it. Well, the truthers are in the same situation, because they were also brainwashed by the same beast system. It's just a different type of brainwash. It's actually a more complex, insidious, more difficult brainwash to break than the sheeple brainwash. It's a more powerful system they have. I say it's like a maximum security mind prison, whereas the sheeple are just in low-level work camps. It's not high security. And the higher you get up in the truther narrative, the more mind control you have. So it's very complex, and you try and talk to the truthers and explain this to them, and they're not having it. They lose their cool. They get angry. You're threatening them. You're threatening their ego. You're threatening their mind prison, their mind control. And there's locks, back programming on their truther info mind control, and they can't let go of it, and they will fight you. So it's very dangerous trying to to tell these truthers that, hey, look, this is a mind prison. It's not, Project Blue Beam and Richie from Boston. Oh, no. I know about NASA. I know about flat Earth. You just can't talk to them. So what I'm trying to say is, oh my God, I'm losing my train of thought. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of truthers will say things like, "Oh, I'm not a truther." That's what. First they'll say, "Oh, I don't listen to those truthers, and I haven't been deceived in that way. I'm not in that truther mind prison. I never believed in Blue Beam." They'll try and say something like that. "Oh, I know. I already know. Richie's a fraud." So they're exempt. They haven't been hoaxed, is what they try and do. And if you push them further, they'll try and say, "Oh, well, I'm not even a truther." I've had them say that. "Oh, that's just, I'm not even that. I used to be, or I'm not," or, they'll just basically do anything to avoid admitting that they could have been, put into a truther mind controls grid. They cannot admit that. And what I'm telling you is I don't think any of the people that hang on to the truther narrative like that and are unwilling to look at it, I don't think they're going to pass. They're going to be left behind, like the sheeple who still believe, they need a mask, and they, people who believed in the whole, C-19 thing. They're just as lost, is what I'm trying to say, and they're not gonna make it. So I'm telling you, it's the humble people that can look at this, look at what I'm saying, and see that the people who see through the truther narrative, see that it's a lie. Those are the only ones that are gonna make it. Those are the narrow road people, if you ask me. And I don't even know if all that's right, if there is a narrow road, but if there is, those are going to be the ones on the narrow road, in my opinion. So, just hear me out and be honest with yourself. Is it more important to you to be right, or to get to the truth? Wouldn't you rather get to the real truth and have to go back and admit, yeah, I was fooled by Whitney Webb, and I did believe in Project Bluebeam. I would rather admit that and get to the real truth than stick in that mind prison. You know what I'm saying? So, just, it's about letting go of ego and getting to real truth. It's a spiritual test. Okay? So let's keep going. I freely admit I bought, Project Bluebeam and Richie from Boston and a lot of stupid stuff. I bought it before. I hook, line, and sinker, or at least partially, in the past. And I can admit that and see. And now I moved past it. It's no shame in being tricked by the master of deception. He tricks all of us. It's the people who can't admit that they got tricked that are in trouble. Those are the people that aren't going to get to the truth, if you ask me. So, you know, but a lot of my subs come and they say, oh, well, I like this person. And they give me a link or they tell me about the person. And then I look and it turns out they're a fake truther. And I go back to them and I say, look, you're getting hoaxed. This is another transhuman fake truther. And oh, no. If they're, some of them go, yeah, you're right, Like I have a guy, I think he's a real one. And he was all, oh, go easy on Richie, and he had been duped by Richie, which I was duped by Richie too myself at one point. I liked him. I was, oh, wow, he's really saying some stuff. And then I realized, no, he's fake. But I told my sub this. I'm like, no, dude, Richie's not real, man. He sounds real. He's probably an avatar of your brother, and so that's why you like him, or your uncle, and that's why you like him. But he's not real. And this guy had God's eyes, and he looked, and he was humble, and he's like, come back to me. He said, yeah, you know what, dude, you're right. I see it. So these are the kind of people that are gonna make it, the humble ones, not the showboater truthers. Oh, got it all figured out. Numerology, Chaldean. You act like that. Showboater, you're not going to make it. I'm decoding this. Oh, but it is not the cable cabal. Oh, you don't know. You're blindfolded. And you're better off to admit you're blindfolded than to showboat and pretend you're not. Because God's watching you do all that. God will help you. If you humble yourself, he'll give you his eyes and his ears. So this is getting long enough, but look, we're all lucky. We're all deluded, but we all have a lot of going for us. So focus on, buckling down and getting through the tribulations and doing what's right, looking for spiritual solutions. How can you help each other? How can you unite? How can you stop firing on your brethren and your parents? Don't shoot your guns at Adam and Eve. Shoot them at Satan. Shoot them at archaics, not daydreamers. See? This is the thing that we need to understand. And so when we unify, the beast is in trouble. The beast is in big trouble. Because we have a lot more. We have God. We're God's power, and the beast doesn't have any power. We're outgun the beast big time. The problem is we're using the beast has manipulated us, and we're shooting at each other instead of him. So this is the San Francisco Truther, and I'll be back with the more on this. Over and out.